the stream. As always, my name is Tree City Wes. Welcome to episode number 111 of Tree City Live. It's been a couple days, guys. I've had my head in the code, man. When I get super inspired, I get hyper focused and I don't want to leave. I've literally just been staring at this computer screen for days, working on this silly little hash token, trying to learn something new. So, yeah, it's been a good time. Make sure all these levels are right. Hopefully it sounds good on your end. But yeah, if you could, come over to Tree City West on Twitter. Go ahead and give the stream a retweet. Try to get some more hash heads in here. See, we got quite a bit already. What's up, Cray Crypto? What's up, Rolando and Dank and Caleb? What's up, Janet? What's up, Nomad? What's up, Lou? Hope you guys are having a good day. So yeah, what's been going on? I'm excited to get into the Validator stuff. This is going to be the Validator show. So we're going to be talking about all things Validator. But first, as always, let's go take a look at the bloody crypto bubbles. And that's what's kind of nice about, you know, I don't know. I don't know the best way to put it, but I'm just kind of getting sidetracked with some code. Kind of short-sighted, I guess you could say. You know, I completely lost sight of the market, and since then it's just been taking a complete dump. So I've just been hearing, you know, for the last week, look at all these coins. Oh my goodness, I haven't looked at this in days. Things are down 15-20%. Everything's taking a dump with Bitcoin. What are these green coins? I don't even recognize these. Sia coin, okay, that's an oldie. Then we got Ronin. Ronin's making a comeback. That's the Axie Infinity chain. That's what runs Axie Infinity, and the Ronin bridge is what got hacked when Axie Infinity got hacked. So yeah, we got a lot of blood on the market. Let's go check out BTC on our Coinbase chart, as always. Man, my TradingView subscription expired. I'm gonna have to renew that. But yeah, I mean, last time we talked, Bitcoin was still up here. Last Friday, we were chilling out around 41, 42,000. Since then, we've taken quite a dip. And what this is mainly, it's not only Grayscale selling, but the FUD around Grayscale selling. Just knowing that the sheer amount of Bitcoin that Grayscale owns, taking a nice 8% dip, fell as low as 38,500. Wow, I wasn't aware that we breached 39. That's crazy. I know we fell under 40, but I didn't know we got as low as 38.5. What time was that? Oh yeah, right when I got to work. That's probably why. So, big old dump today on Bitcoin, but making a nice recovery, nice V-shaped recovery. Ben Cowan had a tweet earlier I thought was pretty funny. The infamous Bart Simpson pattern playing out on Bitcoin. So you go straight up, we go sideways for a while, and then we fall straight down, just like the shape of Bart Simpson's head. So I thought that's always pretty funny. Head over to Deck Screener, take a look around the Zen ecosystem. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. Can't talk. Just walking the dog and chilling with y'all. Hell yeah. Stay safe. That's what's up. What kind of dog you have, Dank? I got a little Chihuahua. He's pretty cool. His name's Eddie. All right, so let's go ahead and sign in here to Deck Screener. How's Zen doing? Okay, so once again I missed it. We did fall down into my buy zone. So that blue line, hopefully I think I saw Rolando saying he grabbed some, got as low as 6.035, and it just kind of fell with the rest of the market. Nothing really crazy to see here. It's actually up 1% on the day, making that V-shaped recovery just like Bitcoin. Titan X, wow, I added a 0. That's crazy. Oof. That's funny. When Titan X launched, I'm like, you know, it had this wick down. When it had this wick down, I drew this green box, and I'm like, yeah, this looks like a nice buy area. Now we've actually fallen out of the bottom. Is it making a new all-time low as we speak? Yeah, that's crazy. New all-time low on the daily right now. See zones at 2025, taking a little dip as well. Got these wicks to the downside. People are eating up those wicks. Got this buy order set. What's up, Corey? 1x1 right now. DB's in, taking a little dip as well, sitting at $1. I mean, it's just kind of trending sideways if you look at it. I haven't heard any news about Mastodon. I'm not sure. I know last I heard they were waiting on the audit. I'm not sure if they got the audit and are making some changes. But yeah, people are eating the dip. You see, every time it comes down to $1, it shoots right back up. So we'll see what happens with DBZen. I mean, how low did it get? 48 cents. Had some wicks down to 48 cents. Whew. I remember thinking, oh, if it falls under 60, 70 cents. I remember saying that for weeks. And then I just never got any. I got a little bag of DBZen packed. I wonder how that's doing. I haven't looked at that in weeks. Do I have any Ethereum on DBZen? You got Chihuahuas too, that's cool. Man, I haven't switched off the X1 testnet in days. I've just been living on the testnet lately. Dropping contracts, validating blocks, seeing what everyone else is doing, trying to do my own thing. It's fun, man. It's fun on the testnet. The mainnet makes me nervous because one, I don't like to lose money. And two, more importantly, I don't want to lose other people's money. So the testnet, it's more of a, like, I can really experiment and try to do these things that I think about, but I've never done. But we're coding and we're doing it, so it seems to be working out pretty well. But I wanted to see I'm curious. I have not looked at this in so long. I don't even remember how much I have. Okay, so we got, what is this, like 30, 40 bucks at ETH? 1.3, 0.13. It's probably like 25 bucks. So we got like 465 DBZen staked. Apparently I burned some at some point. I got some DBZen. I don't remember burning any Zen, but apparently I did. What's up, Clay? I feel bad. Clay's been messaging me on Twitter, and I don't mean to ignore him. I look at the message and I read it, and I'm like, oh, let me think about that. And then I just forget. You know, I'm so bad at responding to people. Don't take it personal. If you have any questions, let me know right now. We can go over it. I'll go over it live on screen. And that goes for anybody. Any big moves? Avalanche DBZen down 15%. Oof. I got all the way up to 6 cents. That's pretty nice. Pulse chain DBZen at 25 cents. Oof. That's making a move. And I said that a couple days ago. I'm like, man, we got the rounded bottom. It's making higher lows. I was talking about buying some, damn it. Fucking DBZen on Pulse Chain. DBZen, PTGC, Zen. Those are the strongest projects on Pulse Chain, really. Obviously PLS, you know, Hex and PulseX too. I wonder how PTGC is doing. Let's go pivot over to the Zen alts. Up 10%. I mean, look at that. That's just crazy. Boom. 4 zeros too, just about. So the charts are doing their thing. Everything's just watching Bitcoin right now. Everyone's like ETF. Everyone thought it would pump from the ETF, and it's really turning into a dump fest for Grayscale, because what happens is all these people lock their Bitcoin in the trust, and then finally, you know, they have all this Bitcoin that's profitable now, and they can sell it for the first time, and they're just dumping mass amounts of Bitcoin. That's one of the things I like to track on Twitter. It's like people that track the flows. So Invest Answers. The dude, he's a YouTuber. He's pretty cringe on YouTube to watch, but he comes out with data like this, so that's pretty cool. So each of these are companies. These are the different ETFs. Each one of these is a different ETF. So you have like the Fidelity, the BlackRock, but then you have the GPTC, which is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now these are millions of dollars. So when it says 484, that means $484 million. So that means they've sold $3.4 billion worth of Bitcoin. But the total inflow of Bitcoin because of the ETF is still positive. It's still plus 1 billion. So you can see like the actual ETFs are just cruising sideways, but then there's Grayscale, which is just absolutely dumping millions of dollars per day of their Bitcoin trust. So it's interesting to see. Every other ETF is, you know, adding money, buying Bitcoin, but then there's just Grayscale just dumping it. So the bad news, for the 8th day in a row, Grayscale Bitcoin transferred an additional 18,500 Bitcoin to database. The majority of the sell-off involved is FTX, which now has completed its sales, offloading around 2.5 million shares daily for 8 days. So that's interesting to know. So a lot of this 3.4 billion were the 2.5 million shares of GBTC that FTX owned. So now FTX, they're legally obligated to dump that and then distribute it in the bankruptcy. So that's kind of what happens there. And that's why the Grayscale is so down like that. That's interesting. That's a lot of Bitcoin. Despite the sell-off, there's been a net inflow of $1.1 billion, equivalent to 28,000 Bitcoin today. So the ETFs are still buying up Bitcoin, but Grayscale is still dumping. All right, let's get into the stuff. Let's get into the stuff you're here for. What's going on with the validators? First things first, there was a validator update. So if you are running a validator, I recommend installing the update as soon as possible. Let me just pull over the chat here. So the pinned chat. Hey, look at that guy. the pinned chat. I have a new code ready. If you click on this, all you have to run is this. So you stop your miner, or I'm sorry, you stop your node or your validator. And actually, I'm going to do this right now on my one node, so you guys can see how it works. This will be on my Raspberry Pi node. This will be a good test because I have no idea if this is going to work. So we're going to update the node. This is the process for updating the node. So first thing, you have to connect to your instance. I just use SSH. Connect to the orange Pi that I have in the basement. -L tells it to use the login name, and I tell root, so it's using the login name root. I type yes. Type in the password. So now I'm logged into my orange Pi. I can use my tmux. Whoops, I meant to type tmux attach. So I have two things going on here. I have my node, which this is not a validator node. This is a regular node, but I can still update it. It's still the same thing. So I have my read-only node, and then I also have my script for monitoring my vast instances. So this is pretty important if you're running a miner. I just have this little script run that tells me the GPU utilization, and if it falls under 50% or if it stops, it emails me. So it's just like a little script I have running. So yeah, so this is the node running right now, and I have not updated this one, so we're going to go through this process. So I'm going to use the Control-B commands to move my window to the top here. So the trick to stopping your node gracefully is to not smash Control-C. It's such a bad habit of mine. I don't know if it's work in IT or what, but when I want to stop a script or stop a program, I have a bad habit of smashing Control-C over and over and over until it stops. What you want to do with your node, so you don't ruin the database, you have to stop it gracefully. So just one time, hit Control-C. So it gracefully says IPC endpoint closed. stopping the X1 protocol. X1 protocol stopped. X1 service stopped. That gracefully stopped my node. Now I don't have to run the db heal experimental command. You know, I was patient enough to let it finish, so now I won't have any problems because the database exited gracefully. So I'm gonna go back to Jack's command here over in Telegram, and it's really just this. So it's git pull and checkout, git checkout Jack 11.7.4 patch 1. So these are two commands. Git pull pulls the latest update, the latest files, and then git checkout pulls this specific patch that Jack wrote. It's on his. So he pushed it from his GitHub, and now we're installing this patch from Jack's GitHub. So first thing I do, I want to make sure I'm in the Go X1 folder. So I'm going to type cd Go X1. I'm in the folder. I'm going to right click to paste this command. So it's git pull and git checkout of the patch. We just let it go. So it did its thing. It downloaded the files. It created the modes or whatever. Branch, Jack 11 patch setup to track remote branch from origin. Switch to a new branch, Jack 11.7.4 patch 1. So now we have this thing, the patch downloaded. Now we have to remake our X1. So I'm gonna just simply type make X1. And it's gonna take those updates. It's doing some stuff, downloading some stuff from the GitHub. We got an error. And it's usually because I don't have permission. So we're gonna try sudo make X1. Well, that's not good. Cannot load embed malform module embed missing dot. Maybe like that. Try an apt update. How did you know that you had to do a make X1? Just because I know, so I just know how it works. So when you're typing make X1, you're actually creating a program. So you're compiling the code. So I know that when we have to download the new code from the GitHub, I understand that I have to compile that code that we downloaded into the executable for the X1. This is hating on me, so we might have to take this to ChatGPT. So this is basically how I do all my troubleshooting now. Just gonna come over, gonna grab this error message. And this might also be because I'm using this Orange Pi. It's a weird CPU architecture. It's not exactly a 64-bit. It's like the ARM 64 or whatever. Indicates a few potential issues, mostly related to package imports, incorrect statements, imported is not a program, conflicting package names. Yeah, this might be because I had special paths for certain things. We could try the go mod tidy, that's a good point. That's probably what it is, to be honest. Motherfucker. So what we can do now is I'm going to completely remove and reinstall the Go X1. So I'm going to type in the command to delete the folder. I don't have anything in the folder. So I can just re-download it from the GitHub and then re-download the GitHub, then re-download the patch. So I'm going to type rm-rd go-x1. So now my Go X1 folder's gone. So I'm going to go back to the GitHub, grab the command. Where's the... I think it's git pull, right? can't remember the command off the top of my head. Punch the keys. Yeah, I feel that. Oh, it's clone. That's what it is. All right. So now what I'm doing, I'm re-downloading the Go X1. And now we are going to grab a fresh checkout of Jack 1174 patch 1. Is that it? Damn. All right, well, let's give her the reboot. Let's see what happens. All right, so now I'm back at regular command prompt. Telling my Orange Pi to reboot. That's interesting. I think it's because that was probably a bad time to do that, because that is not a regular setup. It's not like I had to install a bunch of special shit to get that to work. And it's too slow to even keep up with the network, so that's the other thing. So we'll come back to that in a few minutes. But I have my actual validators running on the Contabo and the inner server. The one on Contabo is a VPS, so it's shared storage. Not shared storage, shared resources. Let me pull this up real quick so you can see what it looks like. So just for the testnet, I'm running this one right here. It's less than $25 a month. I am paying for the US location with the NVMe storage, so the storage is a little faster. But if you come down to new order, so this is the VPS L NVMe. Of course, none of them are named VPSL. It's interesting. But they also have the virtual dedicated servers. These are the ones you really want. These are dedicated. This is dedicated hardware. So if you don't have you don't have to worry about some asshole neighbor, ruining the VM next to you, messing up the ESX host or whatever you're running on. It's the dedicated hardware is a lot more expensive, but it's dedicated to you. So you have full reign of it. I lost my Windows. Let's get this one out of here. All right, so let's see if this is back up here. Because I do need to start the miner monitor. I don't want to forget that. That's for sure. Oh god, this thing's not gonna come back now. Probably gonna have to go down in the basement and manually reboot it. I have it set to a static IP, so I'm not sure why. There we go. Error. What's happening? Cannot load malformed module path embed. Yeah, I'll probably have to reload this one. That's unfortunate. RIP to the orange pie. We're still gonna use it for the monitor script though. Oh shit. Cool. Oh god. This is all goofed up. I ruined it. Oh, I'll come back to that. Taking up too much. I don't want to take up all your time. So let's go back to the validators. So Katabo's okay. I mean, it's. I wouldn't use this. You know, if the 100,000 XN that I had staked had value, I would not put it in Contabo. I don't trust the company. It's a, you know, they do have the best prices though, so it's great for the test net. It gives me an idea. I can practice for a cheap price. You can get a VPS for as little as $5 a month, 4 CPU, 6 gigs of RAM. But really, if you're going to be running a validator, you want to get up in this range, the $32 to $45 VPS, and that's just for the testnet. The dedicated hardware is really recommended. Inner server also has a really nice price. Let me log in quick over here. What the hell? This CAPTCHA buses. Is it like really the whole thing? Wow. I've never had that before. That's interesting. All right, but this is Interserver, and it works well. You get the IP address for your VPS, and they have some pretty good deals. So you can see the prices. You can get 64 gigs of RAM, a 2 terabyte SATA, and that only costs 73 gigs a month, $73 a month. The 2 terabyte SATA though, that is on a HDD, which is a hard disk drive. That's slower media. Definitely recommend at least upgrading to the solid state, if not the NVMe. NVMe is the fastest, but it's the most expensive. The jump from HDD to SSD is drastic, and the jump from SSD to NVMe is not as big. So at least get the SSD if you can't afford the NVMe. But even though it says these here, you can actually change the specs in your order. So if I click order here, it'll bring up a window, and I can remove the SATA, and I can add a 1 terabyte NVMe for an extra $20 a month, or a 500 gig SSD for $10 a month. I actually did the I think I did the 1 terabyte SSD. I don't remember. Let's go take a look. Just giving out all my IP information. Yeah, I got the SSD. So it's the Samsung 970 EVO 2 terabyte SSD. It's got 64 gigs of RAM, the AMD Ryzen 9 5900. And the cool thing about this company is they also accept crypto. So if you want to pay with your Coinbase wallet or your Coinbase account, they accept forms of crypto. So that's kind of cool. But let's go ahead and connect here. Let's see what we got. Hopefully this thing's still running. Oh shit, that's the wrong password. Fat finger. So This is my inner server node, and this is the actual ZenMaps validator. So I'll type tmux attach, and here you can see it's running. And this one does have the new update. So I should, when it's my quote unquote turn to execute, you start to see these new messages. Oh, did I just exit out of it? But there's kind of some more data that comes on the screen, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's so we spun up the validators in the testnet, and I'm like sitting there thinking, what are some ways that I could get people to stake in my validator? Because I'm seeing these validators, like the pussy at that IO one had like 1 million coins, and mine had like 100,069. Like, I was like, man, I want to have a bunch of coins, and I want to have a bunch of delegators and people in my thing. So I needed to think of a way to make that lucrative, or make that, I guess lucrative is not the right word, make that worthwhile. You know, people like rewards. So I thought, how cool would it be if I had a fair launch token for people that were delegated to my node, to my validator? And I was trying to think of different ways. I discovered really hard it's difficult to program a reward system with DeFi. Like, it's just not easy to do certain things. Like, it's really easy to say, like, oh, have the rewards diminish over 30 days, but to actually translate that to code is a bit confusing, at least with Solidity. So I'm still learning how to do that. So I ended up sticking with making this hash token, which is the Hashhead reward token. So if you're a member of the Hashhead community, if you stake in the Hashhead validator on the X1 testnet and soon to be the mainnet, you'll be able to claim this hash token. And that's kind of the thing that I was like, that's kind of a cool idea to get people wanting to stake. Oh God, why is the website down? Motherfuckers. Bad gateway. All right. Well, that's nice to see. Come on, hobo host. They shut me down earlier. I didn't get any email that like my account was about to end or anything like that. They just turned me off. They said, no, you are done. That's interesting. Why are we down right now? What's happening? I'm looking in the C panel just to see if anything's up. Everything looks up on my end. What's Cloudflare doing? Man, this stream is not going well. First I try to update my node, then I completely break that. And then I go to check out hashhead.io to tell you guys how awesome it is to claim hash token. And now the website's down. You guys broke the website. I'm just playing, but I wonder if the claim site's up. That's at a different one. That's funny. It is hobo host. Those motherfuckers. Okay, well, we can talk about this. What the fuck? Why is the front end down? Let me check something real quick. Yeah, I paid this morning and it's active. And it's been up all day, which is the weird thing. Motherfuckers. Alright. Well, anyway, so back to the free tokens. The front end of Hashhead's down because the host sucks, but we're gonna have to do we'll do something about that. So I was like, yeah, what can we do to get some interest in the validators? So I threw together this website over the weekend. I put together this smart contract, and it's actually built of two different contracts. And I wanted to make it modular like that, just in case I needed to change the reward contract. I could keep the hash token contract the same, and vice versa. If I like the reward contract, but I need to reset the hash token contract, they're kind of separate. So I thought that was an interesting idea. And yeah, I mean, let's take a look. So the very basic interface, it's all done. It's a React app, super basic HTML. And when you come to the site, it'll look like this. I do have to build some better logic into the website, so be careful. It will try to send the transaction if you're not on the right network. So make sure you're on the test net. So now we're switched over to the X1 testnet. I'm also getting a lot of questions on how to add the X1 testnet. What you can do is if you click on these contracts, it'll take you right to the X1 testnet block explorer. If you come all the way down to the bottom, there's this little add X1 blockchain. So you can click on this little Firefox logo and it'll add the chain right to your wallet. So that makes things a little easier. So now that we're back at the Hashhead, the claim site, all you have to do is click the connect to MetaMask button, make sure you're on the right network, and we should see some stats pop in here. Maybe. My wallet's bugging out, that's why. Here, we'll switch. There we go. All right, so you can see this wallet has claimed. The last claim time was yesterday, 10:40, or it was actually today, 10:42 a.m. So the next claim, I'll be able to claim another 420 tokens tomorrow. I thought that was kind of cool, and it works. I was so nervous. I didn't really expect, we're up to 50 holders. I was just kind of dicking around. I didn't even know if the claim would work on the second day, and we already had 25 holders. I was like, oh my god. This might not work, this might go bad, but I really appreciate all the feedback, everybody testing, and it's just a kind of a fun thing to do. So yeah, all you have to do is be staked in validator number 8 to be able to claim the hash token. So to do that, if you do want to stake in validator number 8 on the XN testnet, you have some testnet XN, you can come down to the website here in the lower right corner. There's this XN wallet link. So click on the X1 wallet link. And this is the X1 wallet. And this is how you can stake in different validators, how you can check your balances. It has a nice interface. You can connect multiple wallets. So these are the 3 wallets that I've been playing with. One's the ZenMaps validator. The other one is the Hashhead validator. And then one's just kind of the testnet contract I've been slinging around stuff with. Yeah. So if we come over to staking on the left here, you can actually see the different delegations, and it's kind of nice. If you click on this wallet link, you can easily switch between your wallets here. So this main wallet, I'm actually staked in 6 different validators here. So for example, this one, validator number 154, we have the zenmaps.io. But if you want to stake in the Hashhead validator to earn the hash token, you got to find validator number 8. Now, I don't know why this is. This seems to happen a couple times a day where the names just don't line up. But I guess that's why we have IDs, right? So this should say hashhead.io. It's validator number 8, and it should have our logo here, but I think they're having some metadata issues. But anyways, we know it's number 8, so if we click on number 8, you can actually come in here and you can delegate. And this is also where you claim. So I actually have some rewards to claim. So I have 4.39 XN to claim. So I'll go ahead and claim those rewards at 4.39 XN. Oh, gotta make sure you have the right account selected in MetaMask. Let's try it again, claim rewards. So now I can claim this XN and I can send it to somebody. You know, I can send it to somebody who wants to delegate and claim hash tokens. I can send it to somebody who wants to deploy a contract. And what's cool is this is the only way that new XN is going to get created on the mainnet. So think about that. There's no like token unlocks. There's no like, you know, big, the marketing wallet is going to spend like 10% on this day. You know, none of that is going to happen. It's all the new XN is just going to be from the validators getting rewards and distributing them, and people obviously burning Zen and the different distribution methods that way. It's going to be completely fair. It's so awesome. Hash tokens is only for one of your validators, not the other. Yeah, so that's kind of something else I want to talk about tonight. So let's stay here. So that's interesting. That's a good observation, Cray. So let's talk. So I just claimed that 4XN. I'm going to send it to a new wallet, and we're going to claim hash tokens for the first time. So we're going to run through this process real quick. So this wallet is 84. If you guys need any, I can send you a couple just to play around. So this wallet number 6 has 0XN right now. So we're going to play with this one. So I'm going to send like 5XN to wallet number 6. And by doing this, you know, I'm creating traffic on the network. I'm interacting with smart contracts. I'm building up this record of doing stuff on the testnet. And a lot of testnet distributions, there's a nice distribution to people that build and use on the testnet. So we'll see what happens. That's kind of why I'm all excited about this stuff. So we're waiting for this transaction to confirm. We'll switch over to account number 6. So boom, now we got our 5XN. So now I'm going to connect this new wallet. Actually, I have to switch it. So first we have to connect our MetaMask wallet, and then I'm going to connect MetaMask. So it's asking us if we want to add the new MetaMask account. So I'm going to hit add account. Boom. So now I have wallet number 4. It has the 5XN. I just received it right now from myself. So now I have this new XN, but say I don't stake it. Say I go over here and I'm going to disconnect. I'll connect this new wallet. I'm going to connect this new wallet to the claim.hashhead.io site. Now you can see I never claimed. It has no hash balance, and it has 0 staked in the validator. So what happens if I try to claim? It doesn't let me. Error, check transaction. I already claimed today. I'm not staked in the validator, or I'm out of gas. And that's true. I'm not staked in the validator. So let's go back to the testnet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a delegation. So I have my new wallet. I have my 5XN in my wallet. I'm going to click on staking, and then it's going to bring me to this screen here. And I'm going to add delegation. And that means I'm going to delegate some of my tokens to a validator. So I'll click on add delegation. And now I can select which validator I want to delegate to. So I click on the list. We're up to 281 validators. If I just sort it by ID, it's nice and easy to find. I'm number 8. Has the green Tree City logo. Hashhead.io, and I can select number 8, Hashhead.io as my validator, and I'm just going to send 3 tokens. Got to save some for gas. So this is going to send 3 tokens to delegate into Hashhead.io, and now I'm contributing to the health of the network, and by doing that, I'm going to earn a portion of the rewards that this validator will get for validating transactions. So say you're one of the delegators, you have a certain percentage of your stake in my validator earns 100, you're going to get a portion of those rewards given back to you for you know, it's really awesome. And part of the thing that got me inspired to do this hash token is I'm such a big fan of Cardano, and Cardano has liquid staking and staking pool operators. So the validators on Cardano are called staking pool operators, and you can delegate your Cardano. And actually, why don't I just show you? I have the wallet right here. It's the same thing. So I'm delegated into this YEPL pool, and I can claim free ADA every couple weeks just for delegating my wallet. And this 200 ADA I have in my wallet is considered staked in YEPL. And it's liquid staking, which means I can send it and receive it and spend it. And if I spend it, it just takes it out of that liquid staking immediately, and I don't get credit for it. But I can use it. It's not locked up like a traditional staking. But what's cool is pools like YEPL. So say they have some big project dropping a coin, you can actually receive some of those coins with your rewards, the ADA rewards that you get. So for example, well, like this Pudgy token, I received 30 Pudgy tokens just for staking in a certain validator. And I was like, man, that's a cool idea. I want to bring that over to X1. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. So now that we have our 3XN staked in the Hashhead delegator, it delegated to the validator, I should say. There's a lot of alligators with these delegating validators. But so we have the 3 tokens here. Now we can head over to claim. I can refresh the screen, and I should see this new data. Wait for it to load. So boom, XN staked in the validator. Now we have 3 tokens, 3 XN staked in our Hashhead validator. And now I should be able to claim hash. So if I click on this claim hash button, it's going to start up my MetaMask. It's going to ask me to claim the hash. So you only have to pay the gas. It's just like Zen, fair launch, no distribution early. I hit claim, and boom. So it should have this reward claim transaction pending. So yeah, we're claim rewards, it's pending. So it's actually running the smart contract that I wrote. I'll never get over that. Like, I never pictured the day, but I wrote the smart contract with the help of ChatGPT, and now I'm claiming my rewards on the X1 testnet. Tron does the same. Yeah, it's common practice with the valid and POS. So boom. So the claim rewards finished. Now I have 420 hash. I've claimed a total of 420 hash. And that puts us up to 51 token holders with a supply of 27,300, just about. So now what's cool is I can actually burn some hash. So say I wanted to burn, trying to do the math. Let's just burn 69. Why not? So I don't have any reason to burn. There's no plans behind it. It's just kind of a, we burn Zen. So I've always been a fan of projects that burn. So if people want to burn their tokens, they can burn them. So all you have to do is click on burn hash. It brings up this new menu. So say I want to burn 69 hash tokens. You can hit confirm burn. Boom. And now it'll bring up the burn transaction, and the transaction should say burn in your wallet. So we got the burn pending. And yeah, we'll just chill out for a second. Waiting for the burn. Can feel the burn. Boom, burn confirmed. So now we have 69 hash burned. That works. We got 3 XN staked on our validator, 359 hash. We claimed a total of 420. So yeah, it's doing its thing. It's working. I do have to fix some of the stuff, but especially with the MetaMask, that's a tough one for me to understand. When do we get to trade hash? I know, right? We need some kind of DEX. I thought about that. That's getting too far ahead of myself. But this is a good start, I think. Make your own decks, I know, right? Zuni swap. One Zuni swap. So I did build some functionality into the contracts. So on the bottom, you can see the hash token contract and the rewards contract. The hash token contract is pretty basic ERC20. I did add some extra stuff, specifically for the burn. So you can check the total burned by anybody. So you can just pop someone's address, see how much token they've burned. Total minted by, you can also see how much a certain address minted. So that way, when it's worth like $10 a token on mainnet, you're like, oh no, I burned 420. But no, I'm not planning on doing anything with this token. I just thought it would be cool. I thought it's kind of a cool marketing, I don't want to say gimmick, but I mean, it worked. If you come back to the list, it's crazy. You go to the Explorer and you see the number of people. There's 180 people delegated to the hashtag validator. We have over 1 million staked. So if I come back to the so yeah, we're right behind pussy.io. And then shout out to Forted Blocks too. It's the homie. And Frosty too. Oh, all these guys. It's just like the chat online. Shout out to you all. It's just like the YouTube chat. Where you at, Cray? Where you at, Rolando? I know you guys are in here somewhere. Hope so. If not, I encourage it. But I'm just curious. Like if I check. So Jack's got 20. What about Zen.pub? I'm sure Joseph's got a ton. He's got 18. But then there's me, the hash head. It's not me, it's you guys, honestly. It's far from me. But we got 180 people. How cool is that? Feel any pressure? Not at all. Wait until payday? Hell yeah. If you need help, man, just let me know. I'm happy to help. It's crazy, right, though? Seeing some of these amounts, too. Who has 175,000? That's crazy. But yeah, I'm really excited. I didn't expect, like, all this to happen. Now what happens if I just turn off my validator and everybody's locked up in it? That's funny. I gotta keep it online now. I have to make sure everything's backed up, just in case it does go down. And that goes for all you too. I'm not just saying this for myself. You know, I hope you all do take the proper precautions. You know, it's the test net for a reason. So really try to test the different scenarios. If you need a test restoring to a new device, try it. You know, make sure you can get the process down, because there's nothing worse than being down, losing money, and having to fix it. Like I feel that pressure every day at work, and it's you know, I know what it's like when the server's down and you're losing money, and you got the boss breathing down your neck. So it's not a fun situation to be in, and you can avoid that by being prepared. So make sure you have your keys backed up. Basically back up that entire key store file. You know, you want to make sure you have your public key and your private key, and you know, all that stuff. Your password. Don't forget any of that. Take the proper procedures. So, yeah, for sure, Orlando. It's like we're all a big, it's like a big Zen family. I want to meet. When are we gonna have ZenCon? We got to meet. Like, New York would be tight. I want to go back to New York. That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, the last thing. So I wanted to show you guys. So for the hash head, we have the token. It's the hash token. For the Zen Maps validator, I wanted to do something different. So I do want to do something along the lines of what we did for Hashhead, where it's a smart contract people can claim, but instead of a token, I would like to, where is it? trying to find it here. Hopefully we're actually online. Zen Maps, where are you? There's just so many, I can't find it. We're 154. Ah, yeah, here we are. Yeah, we're good. So we only got 7 in the Zen Maps. So if you guys want to come delegate in the Zen Maps, I might have something for you over here too. And it's going to be different than a token. What I'm thinking of doing are these cheesy little NFTs. And these will be on-chain NFTs. And I was actually just messing around in ChatGPT right before the show. Let me pull this into here. Yeah, I think it's this one. So I was thinking about doing something like this. Tell me if you guys think this is stupid. So if you stake some of your XN in the Zen Maps validator, I'd like to do something like this. So, oh shit, big ass head's in the way. So how's that? Is that cool? So like, what I'm picturing is an NFT claim, where it's this, you know, this little animated NFT, and I'm working on the font and everything. I was really just trying to get the SVG programming right. So this is an animated SVG file. It does this like glowing thing with the X. I think it's kind of Zen-like. It's kind of cool. It's got the Zen Maps vibes with the green and the black, kind of the hash head vibes as well. But what I imagine is the number on the bottom will be the order that you delegate. So if you're the second person to delegate and claim, then you'll have delegator number 2. If you're the third person to claim, you're number 3, and so on and so on. So this will track, you know, what number you are. Even if people on on stake, that number will continue to increase. So it's kind of an interesting way to give anybody that claims, you know, kind of giving back. So I thought that was kind of an interesting idea. Trying to think, glitch it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to figure out how to do that actually. Like I see this kind of stuff. Oops. Like this thing. This thing is so cool to me. Like it's just this box and it like interacts with my mouse and stuff. I could go inside it and do all these crazy things. So, but the other thing is, so I want it to be on chain. That's the other thing. So I have to keep it relatively small. I lost that window. It's weird. Totally got sidetracked there, sorry. So this is just a rough draft. I made this in an hour tonight, but I thought this was kind of a cool idea. I don't know about the design though. The design's pretty stupid. I might just do like an image, like a traditional image, and then stamp a number on top of it or something. Something like that. I'm not too sure. But I think it's cool. I think it's kind of a cool idea. Add some value. Give people a reason to want to stake into the network. That way we can keep the network strong. People get rewards they're happy with. And who knows? Maybe it'll be worth something. You know, maybe you're one of the original X1 delegators. Like Cardano has something similar to this too. They're called the berries, and they're these stupid NFTs. And there's only 100 of these berries. Barry brought NFTs to Cardano and started the first staking pool on Raspberry Pis. These NFTs were gifted to early supporters of Berry Pool. So when Cardano first launched, before they had NFTs, there's this company Berry, and they developed Raspberry Pi staking pool nodes for Cardano. And then anybody that was participating in the network were able to claim these stupid little berries. And I say stupid little berries because it's literally this. It's just like a color and a berry shape. But if you look at the activity on these, they're selling for 65,000 Cardano, which is like all-time high Cardano is like $3. And at one point, these were hundreds of thousands of Cardano. So it's like these little berry tomato, 50K. That's insane. Right now, Cardano's around 50 cents. So when you see a month ago, 65,000 Cardano, the berry azul, 65,000, that's $30,000 for this. So that's kind of the direction. I think it'd be cool to have, something that says, "Hey, I'm delegator number 2 in one of the first delegators on XN or X1." So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Kind of a cool idea. Maybe we do different colors. That'd be interesting too. Do a limited. Do 100 of them with 100 different colors. That's a lot of shit, though. That would take some time. Well, on that note, it's after 10 o'clock here. I gotta wake up for work early. But, yeah, sorry I haven't been around. Sorry I haven't been streaming. I've really just had my head in this code, creating this, these smart contracts. So I forgot to cover this part. In the rewards, there's some functions you can see on the read contract. I added like the current supply and stuff like that. This was something I was playing with too. Minimum stake amount. Maybe we make it you must stake at least 50 XN or at least 1,000 XN to be able to claim. That could be a way to control the supply, so it doesn't get too crazy. Kind of instead of having a difficulty with mining, we kind of adjust the. But I don't want to be the one touching it. I just want to kind of set it and renounce it. It doesn't make sense not to delegate. Yeah, I know, right? That's how I feel too. So if you delegate in the hash head, if you delegate in the Zen maps, you might get a little gift. But I'm just trying to get people hyped. It's interesting when you tell people that, oh, you can delegate and get XN tokens on the testnet. They're like, okay, whatever. The minute I said you can get some hash for free, people are like, how do I do it? Can you send me some XN? I've had so many people since I launched the silly hash token asking me to send them testnet XN so they can delegate, so they can get some hash token. I think it's so cool. It's so like so crazy how just a little idea. Man, just had an epiphany moment. I was about to say a little idea that I had on the weekend, and I was talking about this, but really it's this idea that Jack had that one weekend to start mining that brought us all here. What's up, Joseph? I was just wrapping it up. But man, what a ride. What a time. Alright, I need to get to bed. My wife's gonna kill me. Hope you guys have a good night. We should be back tomorrow. If not, I'll be back on Thursday. So if you need me, I'll be in the Telegram. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll be around. If you do need some testnet XN, just hit me up. I'll be happy to send you some. But yeah, it's good times. Hope you guys stay well. Stay zen. I'm out. Peace.